Hi everyone, welcome back to Spiritual Growth Tarot. I'm Denise, and so today I have a really good question from Neil Dixon, and I can't do it justice unless I read it to you. So I have it here printed out, and so he wants to know about the reform of the prison system in America. He says, what with the privatization in the last 30 or so years by for-profit firms like CoreCivic, formerly Corrections Corp of America, Corrections Corporation of America, I'm sure, more and more Americans are behind bars. Yeah. Mostly immigrants and the disenfranchised poor. Some fear sinister plans for all Americans. America only accounts for 5% of the world population, but has 25% of the imprisoned. Obama tried to phase out privatization, but Trump enthusiastically re-energized them. Some of these prisons rival the Turkish one we saw in Midnight Express. Oh yeah, I remember that movie. It was heartbreaking. Especially lack of due process. And the Kids for Cash scandal sent 2 judges to prison in 2008. Yeah, I remember that. Who purposely sent juveniles into maximum security prisons. I think that was in Tennessee. Either Tennessee or Kentucky. I think I could have that wrong, but anyway. Horrible, unspeakable, and reprehensible. Yeah. He says, thanks, I'll be quiet now. Neil, never be quiet. Please, never be quiet. You're amazing. Okay, so let me, I know it's going to be a heavy subject, and I'm not sure which, yeah, I think I'm going to have to use a few different systems to get inside of it. Maybe, though, I'll just be able to get through, or get good answers with through the tarot. So, let me drop the camera down and get this going. Okay, so I'm using Cero Marchetti's Kipper. And let's look at the future of prison reform. Future of prison reform in the United States of America. Okay. Something new. That's good there for the community. Okay. I might draw a few more, we'll see. Let me move these this way. Okay. So with, there could be a double meaning here. This is a card of something new, but and it could be something small, but it's also a card of children. This is again, like exactly what you've been talking about, Neil, with the that judge, the Kids for Cash thing, the Kids for Cash scandal. But if I just read it more blatantly, well, both ways. The Kids for Cash, yes, but also something new that could be like a subpoena new. This card can have to do with a confrontation, a very, very painful confrontation because of the children in our communities And there can be that there are meetings about it. There's a lot of talk about it. There's a lot of teamwork. And again, communication, all of this. And negotiating, trying to get some new laws passed, because we do have the adjudication card here. So painful confrontation. These 4 cards here to me definitely spell out that kids for cash situation. So I do feel that there'll be something that's worked on hard, hard work that could, well, this could take quite some time though, because this is a card of, something in the distant future. But the work is there. I like seeing that, actually, that the work is there to put into it. And this could be like a new way of seeing things, like a new philosophy. Because this is, like a Jupiter Sagittarius card that's like bigger thinking. And then, of course, here with the adjudication card, this has to do with, investigations. It has to do with some type of a demand and at least some pressure that's put on the community. Some demand to put onto the prison reform. I guess it would be that core civic, whatever, used to be the, corrections. So they used to be correctional officers or corrections officers. So are they core civic officers now? That's what my weird thing that just popped into my head. But anyway, so there's some supportive man. Maybe this is Sheldon Whitehouse once he gets done with all his, he has a huge agenda, but I'm thinking that this might be an older man like him and a younger man that will work on this, that will literally work on this to make a better future. And confront the people that need to be confronted. This privatization of, it's ridiculous. So let me draw another layer over it and just see the future of prison reform. And then what I could do is do a spread from the other angle. On reading it from the, the privatization, the core civic, I guess, is who it would be. Okay, hold on, let me keep going here. Okay, safety, security, stability, assets. Going that way, okay. So this issue is literally, affecting so many families, and now we also have a woman, a supportive woman, to make some kind of a, it's change, but it's movement, but not as fast, because it's a longer trip. But this card does, leaves the old behind. And so what would it be leaving behind? This, waiting for, your kid to get out of prison. Or a loved one or family member. So it looks pretty good. These are all good cards when it comes to, making the change for prison reform. especially to have this, this card here right in the middle. This has to do with balancing things out and, you know, long-term support from whoever these people are to keep working on it. And this has to do with like our, our neighborhoods, our community, again, and look how it touches the community card here in this work, because it does, when you incarcerate this many people, it truly affects the abundance of, a community. I mean, it's just in all over the United States. It's just ridiculous. I don't know which is worse. I mean, geez, we take this and add it to like our health care and add it to this corrupt government. Man, we have a lot of work to do, right? Okay, so let me ask from the other side of it. Let's look at the future of this core civic, that used to be Corrections Corporations of America or whatever. Let's look at the future of this conglomerate, of this like privatization of the prison system. Okay. Oh, yeah, they're in it for the long haul, but let's see. Let's look at it. So long way, pathway, or maybe just pathway. Yeah, where they've been stealing they've been literally stealing people from the community just to get them into their system so that they can make money off of them. Yeah, and the community is suffering needlessly while they make money. Yeah, deception. I don't know who this woman is that's in bed with them, and they're doing it just to like grow their stability. Okay, I'm gonna have to keep drawing some cards, but here's our baseline. Oh, man. Their future is they have long-term plan. That is stable, they've created this stability. They've had, a lot of persistent work that's gone into it. But in the future, there's some negativity coming their way because they're deficient in some manner. And they've been losing, they've created the loss in the community. Hold on, excuse me. But in their future, because remember, this is their future, this is a worsening, sickening type of situation. So they're going to go through some things. And this is a card of, it can be a card of, like a major blockage and things that don't move forward. And it's blocking money coming in. It could be blocking donations, funding, that type of thing. Their reputation, this is their reputation card, is bad. Whoever this woman is, it could be somebody really important. If it's not a woman, it could just be things that grow, things that can be supportive, that grow. there's something missing from that. So it doesn't look like a good future with these cards here, knighting together. And then this deception, this false person card is all about deception and, cheating. Absolutely cheating. So there's either cheating from some woman or cheating for the growth that could the growth and the stability that could happen, and that's coming right into their space. If this is a timing card, something could happen pretty soon, but I feel like this is more the literal family of this could be the family of contributors that have built these prisons and had this going. Like, why is there a need to lock up 25% of the population in America? Are we that bad? You know what I mean? Do we have that many? Of course, it would help if we had better gun control laws, right? Okay, let me draw some more cards. The future. Whoa. The future for this conglomerate. This would be somebody at the top. I'm going to have to just do another layer, another total layer. Yeah. Okay. Oops, this one. Yeah, okay, so this is the, in this deck they're naming it the coffin, but usually it's the fatality card, meaning like something is just totally done. Okay, I think I'm going to have to read this in a couple of different levels. So with the, or two different levels. So with the courthouse card, there, of course, there's some process, some judicial process to go through to balance things out and get us out of this awful situation that we're in. So there's going to be some legal proceedings. And this is a card of, documents and subpoenas, and it's knighting up to this man. So I don't know if this is a man who's doing the subpoenas or some man that's being subpoenaed. But there's somebody at the top to get us into a place where, we can get into that confrontation. Notice we have some of these repeating cards. So that's where we're headed, is towards confronting the... Now, some of this could be, because this can be a card of psychological issues, so some of this could be plans, well, on the other side, not from this situation, but from reading it from the people in prison, from the prior reading, I should have remembered that this card could have to do with helping people with psychological disorders who have been imprisoned. So, but anyway, from this situation, from reading it for that CoreCivic, whatever, corporation, I'm seeing it as they're going to have to confront. They will have to go through a legal confrontation. That's where they're headed, and there's some painful, very, very painful ending and loss. Whoever this man is may resign. This would be some head guy, and some other guy, two guys, that are at the head, the top of the, who have, work, they're the ones that have created the, the system to where they get a lot of really, really, really cheap labor, just like literal slave labor, right? That's what's going to end. And, yeah, wow, okay. So, whoever this guy is, he might resign. This guy might resign. Yeah, it's not going to be good. And there's going to be a lot of work through the judicial process that happens on the cases when they come through, or the case itself. This card's usually just about meetings and get-togethers, but it's also a card of teamwork. So this could be Sheldon Whitehouse or someone else, but this could also be, like I was saying before, the two guys at the top. And, it will be very concerning for them, I guess is all I can say. I mean, this card is also one of those cards that has to do with depression. It's a major card of insecurity. If I don't read it as a person, because, there's a guy sitting there, but if I just read it as one of the, the meanings of the card, it's insecure. They will be insecure in the future. Yeah. This money that's going into it, they're going to be thinking about it in the future as to, like, maybe we don't do that. Oh, and some new rules put into place. About the labor, this free labor that they get. That's going to be a big part of it. So this could be Sheldon Whitehouse that does a lot of work on that, and this is his main thing he's going after, is how these people are recruited, imprisoned, literally just to have slave labor. Wasn't it like the PIA prison something authority, prison industrial authority or something like that. I don't know if I forget what the I stands for, but I just remember it was PIA. And I remember too, the whole, there are so many facets of it, this is like where if you have somebody in prison and, they want to call you, you have to put like money on their books or money in an account, and it has to be like, at least $100 or so. And then they can call you collect on that account, but the rate is ridiculous. And you have to have a landline. You see this stuff in the movies where you see people from prison calling somebody on a cell phone. That is BS. You can't do that. The only way you could do that would be to have a landline that forwards to your cell phone when you're out of the house. Then that can happen. But so anyway, that's just another part of this. So yeah, ridiculous. But it looks like, in the long run, as far as, timing goes, I don't know. But I guess I really do feel like this is Sheldon Whitehouse, and he'll get to it when he gets to it, or he may already be on it, and I just haven't seen those videos yet, or noticed that on his Facebook page. But yeah, new rules, and it especially has to do with the reason that they are locking people up is just so that they can have free labor, or labor on, like, what do they make? 25 cents an hour or something like that? I mean, it's ridiculous. And then the conditions as well, because some of these prisons really are just awful, awful, awful. Yeah. Oh, I forgot to talk about this card here. This sudden wealth card back here, this is what speaks to the money that's going to be, the money supply that's going to be ending. for this Core Civic Corporation. Okay, well, that's all I have. Thanks, Neil, again for your awesome question, and you guys take good care. Bye.